Hello, hello. Okay. Give me a second. And it's starting soon. This is going to be a short one because I'm tired. So, let's. Sorry. God damn it. This is always the worst part. Damn my competence. Okay. Where's that? There you go. Okay, thank God. Okay, let's just go to the... Man, this is probably gonna be an hour and a half. Gotta... Yep, perfect. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm so sorry about this. You know, I should be doing this before. I really gotta prepare better. Okay. Okay. I gotta do this. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Man, okay. Alright. Yeah, let's get started. Oh boy. Man, I got a rough day at work today. Jesus. Okay. Well. let's get started. How do I get rid of this background? Oh man, how do I just... No, that's not it. That's not it. So I just... Okay. And now... There it is. There's the sugar. There's the sugar. Oh man. Whew boy. Okay, I thought I might have. Okay. So this has been, this was a Space Marine that I have been trying to finish. It looks really crappy right now, but you know, with a couple of rendering, no, kind of with some rendering, not couple of. I was here my whole life. Yet I speak English like shit. With a couple of rendering, hopefully it'll look less of it. I don't know. Maybe we could do some studying. You know what? I think we're just gonna stick with Space Marine, with this handsome Space Marine right now, in celebration of the deal that Henry Cavill made with Amazon along with Games Workshop to do that Warhammer show on Amazon. Oh man, I'm so lucky. My dad has Amazon. I am going to binge watch that thing. I think after that show, me and heterosexual women are I gotta finally have something in common. We're both super crazy for Henry Cavill. No, it's the yeah, but so far kind of had a I don't know, I wouldn't say rough. Maybe I don't know, maybe rough. I don't know. It's like I don't hate my job. I mean, granted, it's not the thing that I want to do for the rest of my life. But you know, I do have some qualms. It's like I think I don't know. I don't want to be all woe is me, but essentially I have to I deal with essentially like kids in the third grade level. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. The most of the kids in my class are pretty decent kids. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. But there's like what you really gotta watch out for are the 4 or 5 kids that are pretty, you know, 4 or 5 kids that are pretty like, you know, disruptive and loud, have the attitude. That's those the kids you gotta watch out for. And oftentimes, like, you know, I don't know. There are days where my boss can kind of like, you know, it's like kind of I don't want to be disrespectful to my boss because she gave me the job and I'm grateful to her. But she can get a bit on my case about it. And I understand you're running a program here, but at the same time, you know, like a little slack can go a long way. You know, a little slack. You know, I am dealing with like the most kids in that program right now. Like third grade is like one of the biggest groups in the program. Like most of the employees, when their attendance sheet is like 1 page, mine's 2. I'm doing the job of 2 people. Like, come on, have some mercy, some mercy. I know that I might screw up. Man, I screwed up pretty big recently in my job. God, it's a miracle that I didn't get fired. Like basically, like we had a talent show, and here's the thing: I didn't know it was a talent show. I thought it was just gonna be another Thanksgiving celebration. You know, I thought it was just we were just gonna chill, eat some food, and then you know have like make a day of it. Happy holidays and stuff, right? No talent show, and I planned nothing. I planned nothing. And so, I proceeded to make something up on the spot. And, much to my luck, it all worked out. I mean, granted, some of the kids weren't exactly happy about it. Madison, oh God, no, I said her name. Then again, I'm not gonna say her last name. I'm not gonna say her last name. There are a dozen Madisons in the world. Matter of fact, she's white, and she has wings. She's a little white girl with wings. She's white. She's also from the planet Mars. Yeah, yeah, good save. This fictional girl from the planet Mars. She's not real. Um, yeah, she wasn't exactly happy about it. Yeah, and honestly, yeah, I take full responsibility for that. I take full responsibility. I should have planned better. I should have listened better. Man, when you're on these type of jobs, you kind of like you learn something new about yourself. And honestly, I gotta congratulate some of the kids in my group. They're troopers. They came up. We had nothing planned. They came up with me anyway. We made some. We pulled something out of our collective ass, and then we just we managed to pull through. I gotta congratulate those kids. Whatever happens when May comes, I'm 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 I'm, I'm congratulating like these kids. Like, you guys are awesome. If you committed murder in full daylight, I would never give you up. You're a true trooper. I hope that all the good things happen to you. Other than that, yeah, man. What's topical today? What can I talk about? I'm not gonna talk about what's happening in Gaza. Psh, I am way too stupid to make any comments on that. And Jesus Christ, that is a conflict that has way too many factors and it's been going on for essentially I think it's like centuries, ever since World War II. I can't do that. No, I like history, but I'm not that much of a history buff. I am too stupid for that. Too stupid. Plus, I have a Muslim coworker, and I don't know. On the off chance she sees this, I don't really want to offend her. Nah, who am I kidding? She'll never see this. Ah, man. Man. I hate this. I don't know. I hate being 20. You know, you're in that experimental period where you're figuring stuff out. I wish we just had stuff figured out. I wish it was like the 50s, where it's like, you know, you you meet a girl in college and then you get married. You go to the factory or whatever bullshit white collar job you go to. You go home. You kiss your wife. You eat the you eat the you eat the overcooked casserole that she made you while she was at home. You meet your kids. You have a pet. You say you check up. You clean their room. Have a little peck talk with them. Make sure they're not psychopaths. It's like, hey son, how's it going? Anything you're hiding in here, son? Perhaps bodies or tortured animals? No? Good. And then I don't know, you have missionary sex with your wife and then you go to bed and you start a thing over or something over again. I don't know. That'd be nice. Recently when I was walking home from work today, I something happened. Basically, I was just I was minding my own business. I was about to walk down the stairs, and then hmm, oh boy, oh thank God. Then then a black cat essentially crossed the stairs, crossed my path, that stuff. And I'm not a superstitious person, which is kind of ridiculous, seeing as how I'm Catholic. I was born and raised Catholic for all my life. Yeah, I don't go to church, but not because I don't believe in God. I still do, but it's because I'm just fucking lazy. I hate I hate waking up early on the weekends, especially on Sundays. Also, I may have spent a quite a few hours jerking off, staying up all night jerking off to you know whatever whatever race of woman has managed to grace my mind that day. It's like, okay, East Indian. Oh, okay, Asian. Okay, hey, ebony. Okay, Latina, or just straight old white. Pog. You know, it's not healthy, but I don't have a girlfriend, and it gets pretty lonely late at night. So, yeah, it's what I have so far. And basically, just it crossed my path, and I don't know. Now, in my mind, I just have this thought that something bad is gonna happen to me. I don't know what that thing is. Maybe it's getting fired from my current job. Maybe it's breaking my leg. Maybe catching something terrible. Maybe losing a loved one. Maybe losing my right hand. Not being able to draw anymore. Or how about I don't know. Like meeting the love of my dreams only to watch her get crushed by a fucking 18 wheeler. Or I don't know, like see the love of my dreams, but then just like Giga Chad comes in from the side, takes her in, and bang, like that stuff. I don't know. I don't know what that thing is, but something bad's gonna happen to me. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I have this feeling. Maybe it's bullshit. Maybe it's the part of me when I was young that still believed in ghosts, being like, "Oh no, something bad's gonna happen." It's like, no, you just nothing bad's gonna happen. There's no ghost. That's just your underwear. That's just your underwear. I don't know. I'm I'm terrified. I'm mortified. For no reason. But I still am. Man, this Space Marine sucks. But fuck it. When it comes to Warhammer artwork, we never give up. We gotta glorify the Imperium of Man somehow. Hmm. What's something new? What's something? Oh, right. Okay. So this is just gonna be like a cheap way for me to have therapy, isn't it? Yeah. So basically, recently, an old college mate of mine is about to become a published graphic novelist. And I looked at myself, and I essentially it took every fiber of being not for me to just punch myself in the face and just hate myself. I mean, granted, life's a marathon, not a race, but how is it a marathon when I haven't exactly been taking the steps as provided for me to participate in said marathon? You know? It's like it's My art station is empty. It's filled with nothing but bullshit studies. The Street Fighter fan art and the animation Superman cape test that I did. No concepts, no designs, no illustrations, nothing. Bupkis. And I don't know. I think the problem is me. It's obviously me, right? It is. It's me. Because when I when I when I essentially go home every night. Granted, I'm tired. I do kind of say, you know, knock out for an hour. I lay on the bed. I just I lay on the bed. I just conk out. I'm just I just lay there and I do my best to not become unconscious. Granted, I lie to myself. I say it's only for half an hour, but it's an hour or an hour and a half. I still have enough time to paint, thank God. But man, man, oh man, I have to make up for some of the times. Like I have to paint well into the night, and that's not exactly good for my sleep schedule. It's fucked up enough. I think I don't know. Hopefully, if I manage to make it into summer camp, I could, you know, be able to switch grades. Is that even possible? I'd love to switch grades. Fifth grade looks pretty chill right now. I mean, if I'm being honest. Then again, I don't know. I do have some goals. Goals that have to do with like part-time jobs, which is sad. Because at the end, in the end, I kind of find it a bit sad. It's like I'm more enthusiastic about those goals than the goals that I actually have, which is not exactly kind of like, come on. It's like, bro, don't you want to work in the entertainment industry? Don't you want to like, make illustrations for Warhammer and shit? What happened, dude? Come on, my dude. Get grinding on those goals. But maybe it's kind of like the immediacy of it. It's the expediency of it, where it's like this part-time job is right now the source of income that I have. This is the best that I can do right now, and I want to be an illustrator and a designer and a graphic novelist so bad. But right now, this is what's helping me pay off the now. Give me a second. Mohila. $13,980 that I owe in student loans. Which not that bad, but still, I want it gone. I want to be able to kind of like, be free and go after what I want in life unfettered. You know? I mean, when it's 9,000, ooh. When my balance becomes 9,000, ooh, I'm halfway there. Not halfway there, but it's 7,000. But ooh, 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 boys, I can taste the freedom. The freedom's so close, bro. I can taste it. Honestly, I can't thank my mom enough for taking the brunt of it. Man, I feel so guilty. It's SVA. That's the college I went to, but I feel like I squandered it. I fucked up. I don't know. Maybe I didn't exactly take it seriously. No, that's my problem. That's my problem. Animation. I don't know. And I wanted to. We have this new subject, creative space. I don't know what to do in creative space. I thought we could essentially just make stuff. But then again, I don't really think. But then again, I don't know. Maybe creative space could just be free draw, right? Creative space can just be free draw, right? Because like when you're a kid, you drew all the time when you were a kid, especially during school, because you couldn't take out your electronics and you were bored. So why not have a free draw or like life drawing or whatever? I don't know. I'm doing my best here, but I'm tired. I don't know. My boss is nice, but I don't know. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Like maybe I will get fired. Maybe it's that. I still remember the last time I got fired. Not fired, but laid off. Laid off. Yeah, yeah, laid off. It was around 2021, late 2021. I just got home from DR. I managed to score a gig with this this after school program called Voxel Academy. It's a for profit after school program. What they would do is they would essentially kind of like teach kids software engineering and STEM stuff through video games and Warhammer and that shit. And honestly, when I came in, I was excited. It's like, hey, it's my first job, and we get to you first job, and it involves video games. Will this be fun? This will be cool. Not to mention, I get to spend some time with kids. Like, the kid. I don't want to sound like a pedophile, but like it's like and it also really depends on the kid you're hanging out with. But some kids are nice to hang out with. Some kids are nice to hang out with. It's like you get to, just, some kids are like, they're pretty chill. They have this kind of like weird, innocent outlook on life. Some of them are actually pretty smart, smart than you smart, smart than you take them for, which is kind of like surprising. Hanging out with some kids, hanging out with kids is pretty. It's it's an acquired taste. Not gonna lie, because some kids are just oh my god. It's like what the fuck. Some kids are annoying, but some are all right, and some they're kind of like they're just they're like some are actually helpful. You know, they help out with they help you out with stuff, and that's nice. That's nice. Man, what was I? Oh yeah, basically, I think later on, if I'm still working in after school programs, or I'd like to become a activity specialist. That'd be pretty cool. An activity specialist. They get paid $20 per hour, and they work 2 hours per day, which is awesome. I like to do that. And I just need to have enough experience with like basically non-profit after-school programs to do that. And when I could do that, hopefully life will be easy street. Not easy street, but there's still gonna be a fair amount of bullshit along the way, but it's going to be, not as stressful. Granted, I still have to do lesson planning. Granted, I still have to, say, deal with kids and have experience in classroom management. But in the end, I will be able to kind of like just use my artistic abilities and, I don't know, try my hand at actually being an art teacher. And maybe that could help me get better. You master something by learning it, by not teaching it. And who knows, maybe like, the bump in pay could help me pay off my student loans faster. So there's that. Man. Man, oh man. What happens when if I ever, like, if I manage to pay off my student loans when I'm still in my 20s, dude, I am going to be lit AF. Matter of fact, there's some things I want to do. I want to reassess my life. I want to actually give this illustration comic book concept art thing a shot. Maybe take some classes. Maybe like during like the summer or like the last part of the summer, like try to get laid. Like, I don't know, like take a trip with like Willie to the Poconos and, like, maybe go out to a bar, meet some mujeres and have some at bats. Maybe get lucky and have protected sex with a seven with a dump truck and no standards. That'd be nice. Make some memories. Have some dad lore if I ever have a son. It's like, Dad, do you ever have any stories? I look back from my concept art project and it's like, of course, son. Back when I was a young man, back when I was 25, I managed to have sex with a half in the bag 7 with a fat ass and no standards. Afterwards, she gave me her number. We went our separate ways and we never spoke to each other again. 'Cause I never called her back. Whoa! Yes, son. It was magical for me too. That was it, Mom? No, of course not. Your mom's way hotter. Okay. Man, I hope if I ever manage to have a kid, I hope they're not like, like some of the kids I have to deal with on a daily basis. 3 hours is enough. I don't know about out like 24/7 because that's just. I hope they're like some of the kids. I hope they're like some of the kids back in my. Some like not. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna elaborate. Man. So many kids. So many kids I have to deal with on a daily basis, man. It's insane. God, it's insane. But hey, I'm making some progress on that on those student loan payments. Any progress is good progress. Any progress is good progress. And when I'm finally, when I finally get the pay that sucker off, well, look out, world. Jacob's coming, and he has a new portfolio. He's gonna show off. Portfolio, he's gonna show off. And it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna shit your pants when you see it. You're gonna shit and cum yourself at the same time. It's gonna be like Food Wars. It's like, oh, the rendering, the line work. Oh my God, why aren't you employed? Please, sign our characters, please. I'll give you anything. $100, $1 million, my wife. I'll let you fuck my wife. How about that? One night with my wife. 2 nights. Look, just 3 nights. Please. Join our company. Be our artist. We beg of you. I gotta find a guest one of these days. I'm gonna have to actually sack up and call one of my old high school or college friends. Have them comment on my rendering style. Carlos could be pretty cool. Maybe like a column after the 26th. Be like, hey man, you wanna stream? Wanna talk to me while streaming? We could talk about AI. We could talk about life. Shit, anything, dude. Matter of fact, I think I might do that. Give myself a bet. Come on. Okay, next time I gotta plan better. Next time, February, this is gonna be a talent show again, and I gotta figure out something. Matter of fact, when January comes, when it starts being midweek January, mid-month January, dude, I'm pulling out all the stops. It's like, hey, kids, we're either going to sing or either going to have a play. What's it going to be? Okay, singing? Okay. How about this? As It Was by Henry Styles, or We Will Rock You by Queen, something. As long as it isn't inappropriate. And then, I don't know. Then again, I could try putting the effort, but then again, it's like parents just want to see their kids. It's it's have fun. That's it. You know. I'm trying my best here. I don't know. Maybe this will just be like a fun story that I tell the new employees. Yeah, of course. And then like when I'm home, immediately just look for a look for an activity specialist position. And then when I manage to finally get one, hit them with that letter of resignation, and then be out. And we out. Who knows? Maybe after this, I'll post it. Been a long time since I've posted something on the gram, the good old gram, the gram. Man, how do these streamers do it? Just sitting, just sit in a chair for hours on end. I mean, it kind of makes sense for Castanet to, be hyper as he is. Like all this time sitting in the chair, you just want to like dance like a moron and just scream to the camera like, "Yeah, come on, wake up, moron! You still got a lot of people to entertain. You can't go back to your bed and just sleep. Come on, yeah!" Gotta troll some people. You gotta gotta cause some property damage. If not, then the money won't roll in. Money won't roll in. Views won't roll in. You'll be broke, and everyone will be right about you. Can't have that happen, can't we? Prove them wrong. It's not about dreams now. It's about spite. Man, I'm scared. I'm scared. Everything's so uncertain. Why does life have to be so uncertain? The only certainty is death. And even then, what happens? I mean, granted, I do have my own guests, being Catholic. You have other guests. Guests. Not guests, guesses, but no one knows who's right. I hope when I die, it's not, you know, eternal, blackness. Because, that'd be kind of just anticlimactic, isn't it? All that suffering or nothing? Come on, dude. You gotta give me something. Throw me a bone. Come here, dude. But, I don't know. I hope, I hope I live a meaningful life before I die. That's something I really want. Oh boy. A meaningful life is a life well lived. You see, modernity, that shit's for the birds, dude. Shit's for the birds. Living in a capitalistic society, living in not capital, I don't know, maybe capitalist society where essentially like nothing matters, then you basically just profit and attention. Living in just driven by in a capitalistic economy that basically thrives off of spectacle and attention. Living in a society where essentially we're all connected and endlessly entertained, but somehow still completely alone. It's not a fun time. It's not a fun society to be in. And the only way out is essentially to feed the machine. The only way to survive is to feed the machine or clock in. Nothing wrong with clocking in. But, if you're gonna clock in, it might as well be something like you like doing, or something that like you think gives meaning. Like, say, being a pastor, or being a cop, or being a science teacher. Contributing back to society in some form or manner. Then again, I am a dumb 24-year-old, so why the fuck listen to me? I don't own a home. I never paid rent. And I never even had sex. Don't listen to me. I'm a moron. Never even been kissed. Never kissed anyone. On any set of lips. Not the lips on her mouth, and not the lips in between her legs. Just nothing. Kissless. Never known the sting of heartbreak. Or the world-shaking sensation of betrayal. actually kind of proud of myself at this thumbnail. I I put some work in on that thumbnail. God damn it, that's a nice thumbnail. Got the depressed Wojak in a dark room, lit by nothing but his monitor. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's thumbnailing. That is how you make a thumbnail. The stress that I had to, it's strange. I really wanted this job, and now it's this source of stress for me. Holy shit, Mark Manson was right. Maybe I gotta find that book. The subtle art of not giving an F. It's like self-help without the bullshit. I listened to that book. I listened to it. It says some pretty interesting things things. I wish churches were still popular. I don't know. Because, here's the thing. Recently, I went to jury duty. It was not that long ago. I remember... Here's the thing about jury duty, dude. I remember it fondly. Fondly. You know why? Because it's like I managed to make friends at jury duty, which is strange because people jury duty is this place where you don't want to go to. It's strange. It's boring. You're sitting in on a case and it takes and that case could take a month, up to a month of your time. But for some reason, going there, I had this sense of excitement. At first, I thought, hey, maybe I get to sit in on that Trump trial. See what the hubbub's about. But turns out I wasn't, which was disappointing. But then afterwards, I managed to make friends. We all met in essentially the room that had Wi-Fi, and essentially, what had happened was we kind of bonded, and we bonded over all of us not wanting to be there, and something amazing happened. We made fast friends. We literally during our lunchtime, we went out for Chinese and we talked. like regular human beings. The way regular human beings should act, dude. We all came from different backgrounds in life. Like I was just a dumbass after school teacher. There's the bartender who worked in like high quality bars, real classy stuff. Then there's like engineers, people who've like owned and like sold off companies, and like a student, an engineering student. Things that people I have nothing in common with any of these people, yet we were as thick as thieves. We were friends, kind of. Well, not friends, but well regarded acquaintances. And that was awesome. I wish church was like that, dude. Like if you have any problem with essentially like any issue with making friends as an adult, oh dude, jury duty. That's how you gotta do it. Not to mention, I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the fact that I go to jury duty in like New York, because like there's tons of people. There's a shit ton of people in New York. Not gonna lie, but it was the perfect day. Not to mention, I don't know, a lot of shotgun weddings were happening in that day. So yeah. But still, man, I've made more friends, more friends at jury duty than at work. That's crazy. But for some reason, it happened. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy, but it happened. I don't know their names. I know one of them, the bartender. I remember one detail. He had cheese tattooed on his arm because his ex-girlfriend called him Cheese. That's the guy I remember. I remember the rest of them, but I don't know their fucking names. I only know Cheese. If I see him again, I'm shouting out Cheese. Cheese! Holy shit, it's you! Man, life was lonely until I went to jury duty. Imagine, that's stupid, isn't it? Fucking ridiculous. I was the last stuff went out there. Man, I was hoping to like, I don't know, maybe like get some of their Instagrams or Facebooks. But nah, was never meant to be. They were regular people, dude. I miss them. At work, it's just, it's just stress. And, a lot of like, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm more like to work. I don't know. I feel like I'm just there. There's not a camaraderie at my job. Which, yeah, the pay is decent, but there's no camaraderie. It's just, hey, are the kids down? And like, I understand the kids are our top priority. You have to get them down, down. And I'm trying my best, you guys. I'm trying best. But sometimes, getting them in order, getting them to listen to me. Like, I'm outnumbered here. I'm outnumbered. I have 10 to 15 kids I have to watch over. How much do you have, dude? Your attendance sheet is like what? What? How much? Fucking one page? Like I said. Two. Cut me some slack. I'm doing my best here. I don't know. I like to say, that's the one excuse I have. It's like the amount of kids that I have. It's like, I remember there are people who had to come over for the meeting, right? and they had people over. To help us, or cover. And I immediately got people to help me because I had way too many kids on my roster. So, come on. Slack. Cut me some of it. You know? I don't want to be incompetent. I'm not trying to be an incompetent moron. Okay? I'm trying to I'm trying to make sure that these kids are okay too. I know that they're my responsibility. I'm trying my damnedest. But you gotta cut me some slack. I mean, I do have friendly interactions with like one of the youth counselors, and Miss Flunik is supportive at times. But come on, some slack would be nice. Some slack would be nice. Some slack would be nice. Some of it, great. Some of it would be great, dude. I don't know. How many minutes? Oh shit! It's been an hour. Ah, zero. Fair enough. I just gotta finish the second shoulder. And then I got second shoulder. And then I gotta go back to my. Hold on. Maybe I could like make it seem artistic, artsy fartsy by like just. No. I gotta finish the chest piece too. I don't know. I gotta stop fucking up at work, man. You need. I'd like to keep this job for over like a year, maybe two. That'd be great. Make some cheddar cheese. Make some cheddar cheese. Make some cheddar cheese. I got some tutorials that I want to invest in and get better and make some portfolio pieces out of. Maybe try out for a certain artist program and finally make it out. Dude, if I manage to win this, dude, I'm like Deadpool, bro. I'm touching myself tonight. Touching myself, no. Oh boy. It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry, we devour, put on the water, put on the hours, take what's ours. I want to drain the maintain. I'll stay myself so insane. Until you scream, I'm so gay. Go. Who knows? Maybe I need to draw some more of this. Paint some more Warhammer 40k people. It'd be fun to paint a salamander. It'd be a challenge. Plus, I love the salamanders. And who doesn't? But you know, if I were a space marine, I'd love to be a salamander. Those dudes are bad ass. They just have this compulsion to just help people. They're the person that I wish I would be. Like, that's the reason why I like Superman. He's the person that I wish I could be. Like Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry in the show is a very shallow, selfish asshole. But he loves Superman because he still kind of like admires like the altruism and like the purity that he has. And I don't know, I kind of feel like that's the same reason why. Because there are days where, you know, it's like I'm kind of an asshole. I'm a fucking asshole, and like, and to zero, you might ask, oh Jacob, you're not an asshole. It's like, depends on who you ask. Ask some of my old college mates. They'll tell you. I was an asshole. And I don't know. It's like there's this part of me that wants to be a good person, that wants to befriend everyone. You know, I want to be a good friend to Jews, Muslims, gays, straights, lesbians. You know, I want to be a friend to everyone, trans, but for some reason, my personal biases and my impurities and my selfishness just gets in the way. I had an opportunity to make friends with a trans person. I managed to make one trans friend, I think. Another trans person. But I still, I managed to fuck that up because my personal biases got in the way, dude. It's wrong. I shouldn't have allowed that, but for some reason I did because I'm a fucking moron. They deserve better. People deserve better. Because Lord knows, like, we're all in here. God put us here to basically make planet Earth better, right? That's what Carl Jung said. Like, you know, it's like you shine light in darkness. That's the purpose of man. I don't know what the quote is, but I feel like that should be what we want to do. That should be what we're made for, to make life better on the collective level. That's why people hate politicians so much, because they say they want to do that, but they don't. They make backdoor deals with lobbyists. They're hypocrites. You know, there's that common meme, anti-gay politicians. They spend all day rallying against gay rights, and they come home and they meet up. They go to a motel or the back of a gas station to get blown by their boyfriend. You know, They're hating outside the club, but they can't get in. Outside the club, they can't even get in. They're like Daily Wire. A bunch of theater kids never were never able to make it. So through kind of like through fueling the culture war and basically building an empire out of anger and outrage politics and misinformation, they've managed to basically make their own entertainment company. It's like, if we can't be part of the mainstream, we'll make our own thing. Which, I guess, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Okay. I think I can go for a couple more. Oh my god, I almost forgot to mention. Oh, okay. This whole thing. There's also this whole thing happening with Mark Millar. Essentially, okay, I think I might have to talk about this. Okay. So basically, what happened was essentially there was this comic book artist, not comic book artist, comic book store owner who essentially like he had this you know this video, right? And he was kind of like commenting on the quality of comics throughout the year. No, not throughout the years, but comics now. And essentially, he has this. He made this very, very fair point where it's like these new writers, these new writers, and some of these new artists, they have the tendency to essentially kind of like put themselves in the characters that they're writing. And honestly, that's not what. That's that's kind of like that's the wrong way to go about it. It's like we're here for Peter Parker. We're here for Steve Rogers. We're here for Matt Murdock. We're not here for you. We don't exactly care about you. You're essentially taking part in this like collaborative, like long form, like medium, visual storytelling medium, like medium. These are characters with like established fan bases, that admire and love the character to basically just insert yourself into that character what is essentially like jarring and basically just disrespectful to the work that your people who preceded you have done. And quite frankly, it's like people don't care. And they oh man, the professionals in the comic book industry, they essentially like they did what most chronically online people would do. They attacked him on Twitter, and man, it was pretty rough. Then Mark Millar saw it, and he got kind of like he saw it, and he didn't like it. He kind of like he stuck up for him, and he called him cancel pigs, and now the mainstream kind of hates him now, which kind of speaks to this long time issue that comics have been having recently. One, the behavior of professionals, and two, the overall quality of comics has been going down for like years. And basically, it's just like Mark Millar has been like going from comic book store to comic book store to find out like why like the American industry keeps on being beaten out by Japanese product, and like they have their videos and everything. And quite frankly, it's like they hate Mark Millar now, and what stuck out to me is one professional was like, it's like, I understand that, Mark Millar, like, his checks are pretty good, but still, it's like, you shouldn't work with him. You should think twice before you work with him. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? I should think twice before working with him? I'm not gonna think twice. I would do it immediately. I don't care. If I were a comic book artist, I would work with Mark Millar without a thought. I do it twice. I would do questionable things just for the chance to illustrate a Mark Millar comic. It's like, it's like you call Mark Millar an asshole, and it's like we here's the thing about Mark. He's one of the few people in comics today who can retire happily. He's one of the few people in comics that have managed to get rich. And like the reason why I'm not siding with people who are against Mark Millar because like they think he's comics gay because he responded to Ethan Van Sciver's tweet once, that one time, which just, it's like, come on, dude. It's like, I don't, like, really? That doesn't exactly make any sense. It's just like, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, there's a reason why Mark Millar has been stealing artists from mainstream publications, because these artists are not getting paid enough. Like, artists overseas in specific countries, like say South Asian countries, South American countries, and European countries, have an advantage over American artists because the cost of living in these specific countries are like significantly lower than in America. Quite frankly, like some of these like European countries, yeah, they're like what modern Western countries, but they offer free healthcare. They don't need a lot to survive. They can afford to work in comics. American professionals are barely squeaking by. It's actually kind of sad. Matter of fact, the lack of money in comics are the reason why the comics keeps on losing talent. Because like essentially like there are people who grow up with Spider-Man and Captain America and these amazing characters that they love so much, and they want to basically be a part of it. They're like, I want to be a comic book artist when I grow up, and then they grow up and they see the working conditions of American industry professionals, and they're like, fuck this, I'm going into concept art. Fuck this, I'm gonna become a storyboard artist for animation. Fuck this, I'm gonna go into toy design or whatever. Like, I should think twice before working with Mark Millar. What, you think I'm gonna basically just pass up the chance of being able to afford a home or put my child through preschool because of what, your Twitter vendetta? Are you retarded? No, I'm going to work with Mark Millar. I'm going to do it twice. Because comics, quite frankly, the way that business is being run, and somehow some of the professionals are acting, they need an adult. They need an adult in the room. He's that adult. He has made more money than you will ever than like a lot of people in comics. Matter of fact, if you were an artist and Mark Millar came to you and he's like, I like your stuff. Want to work with me? Hey, want to work with the Scottish billionaire? Millionaire. It's like, dude, fuck yes. It's like, not only will you pay me, I get compensated well. Like, on the off chance that our comic will become a movie, not only will I get a nice fat royalty check, but I'll be able to basically sell off my originals and make another profit. Dude, if you do that, you're not going to be worrying about your bills for a while. You're not going to be worried about your mortgage payments for a while. You're not going to be worried about of putting your kid through providing your kid education for a while, you're good. You're good. You're really good, like, you're really good at basically just pass that up for your shitty Twitter friends? No. No. You're a comic book artist. You're broke. You're broke. Like, I understand that money isn't everything. But, you know, my parents didn't immigrate. My mom didn't immigrate from La Capital, El Capital, just for her son to be barely scraping by. That's no. No. Fuck your Twitter beef. Beef. Okay? This is an industry, not a clubhouse. You child. We have families to support. Because he did something that you didn't like or agree with doesn't mean that he isn't a person worth listening to. He's a billion. He's one of the few successful people, financially successful people in comics. You don't want to pick his brain. You don't want to see, how he managed to get in this position in the first place. I mean, granted, yeah, some of it's through lying and luck, but still, it's like staying rich. That's something. Yeah, I'd work with him. 1,000 times I'd work with him. Man. If you if you manage to cut me off or not talk to me anymore after I work with Mark Millar, you were never really my friend. You were never really my friend. And that's good to know. I don't need you. I have a family to support. I have a kid to put through preschool. I have a wife. I have a wife. I have a relationship with my wife to maintain. We haven't been. You'll excuse me. I'm about to take my wife out to a nice 5-star restaurant. What are you doing? Can you do that? No, you can't. We live in a capitalist system. Evolve or die. So, this is what we have. It's 1 hour and 24 minutes, but it's close enough. Close enough. This has been another stream by Jacobo Emiliano Jr.